I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away.
Welcome back and thanks for joining me again. Today's video starts off with a little bit of a unexpected twist, and I think I need to give a bit of an explanation before we actually get to the video. About a month and a half ago, I started doing a video of a white oak tree that we cut a limb off of to create a fence post, as you see in the thumbnail there. And as I've been going through and doing the editing on the video for probably the last month and a half, I did my final wrap-up video last night where we did the install of the fence, or the mailbox post, and we did it over at my friend's house, who has been in most of the video all the time, and he did a lot of the work on the post where he hand-hewed the log. But long story short, I accidentally deleted the first part of the entire video series, or the first part of the video where I captured myself and my wife helping me cut the limb off this big, huge, massive white oak tree, bringing it down, everything that went into that, along with Brent working on that limb, giving his backstory on what he does for a living, him being a principal now and never having the opportunity or chance to actually do any kind of woodworking like we just got done doing. So there's a lot of that great footage that was deleted. I didn't realize that I had deleted the video that I had already edited. There was weeks and weeks and weeks worth of videoing, and hours and hours and hours of doing the editing also. So I wish I could get it back. I've tried. I've got some of it back from iCloud, and we're going to keep trying to see what we can get. But I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of the video together and at least show you what entailed in creating this one-of-a-kind mailbox post. I apologize for the way that we start into it, but I just have not been able to find a way to get it back in order to get this video out. So I apologize for that, and learned my lesson the hard way, and I hope to never do that again. At least the final portion of it turned out really nice. So thanks, and enjoy the rest of the video. All right, so we're back today, and it's been about a week that this thing has been able to sit and dry, and you can see that there's some cracking and some checking in it. And really all we're looking to do right now is have it dry enough that we can get down in here and work this last little bit of skin membrane before we get into what I would call the wood portion of it, or the hard portion of it. Alright, so now we've got all that brownish membrane stripped off of it, down to the wood, or the hardwood of it. Now we're going to go through and we're going to hit it with some orbital sanders here. We've got a couple orbital sanders, and we've got some 80 grit sandpaper on them. And if you can see here, there's some pretty neat ribbing in this thing where the weight of the branch forced the material to kind of scrunch up in some spots. Up here, it's really neat looking. So we're going to go through and start working on sanding it up now and trying to smooth it out. so we've got it all pretty much finished sanded up, and it didn't take too long. The mailbox is going to be in the ground just as Brent is holding it there. And yes, it'll be down in the ground another 2.5 feet. And the mailbox then will mount up here, cut this flat, and the mailbox will sit back into the pocket back here and then hang out a little bit over the front. And here you can see some of these wrinkles that's in the wood here. As it grew and it compressed those fibers down as another branch grew out off of it. So you've got those fibers there that come down, and there's a couple more here. So once you get the bark stripped off of it, it actually really brought out the character in the post. So what do you think, Brent? What's your opinion now that we've got all the bark stripped off of it? And
looks better than expected. It is such a cool project. You're not going to find anything like this at Home Depot, I can tell you.
You can actually see, if I try to get close here, how when this wood is dried out, it's just got a ton of, and let's call them character cracks. Just full of cracks all through it, and we're going to blow those out real good. Got it hung up here so we can put a clear sealer on it. And Brent tried out a little bit of color on the bottom, and he really wanted to try and keep the natural wood look of the clear on that, and he picked up some of this, and it is a Bear Log Home gloss finish clear. It's got just the slightest tint of brown in it. What I've done is cut out the top section where the mailbox is going to mount, and I've cut that into a square to fit this square piece of tubing. And that's going to go over that, and I'm going to weld a plate across here. And that plate will allow me to mount this board onto here like that, and then the mailbox is going to go up here where my fingers are. I like to clean everything off real good with isopropyl alcohol. Get any oils off of it, and grease or anything like that, so that helps the paint stick. And that's another reason why I use the gloves, to keep the oils from my hand from getting on it as well. After I get everything all good and wiped down, then I like to take and shake the paint real well. It definitely isn't hurting it, and it definitely makes the paint consistency much better. I'd like to add a little tip for everyone. You can find these clothing racks real cheap. I've had this one for years and years and years. It's on wheels, and it makes a perfect painting rack for outdoors. So when you have a project to paint like we're doing today, just a little hook, hang it up. The other thing that works really, really well is if you can come across an old bicycle water bottle. Got one on this side, and I have one on this side. So you can either put your paint cans in it or your favorite beverage while you're painting. It works really well. We're out here at Brent's house, and we're getting ready to do the install and say goodbye to this old beat up thing. Brent,
Yes,
you
sir.
excited to get this thing in and done today?
Probably not as excited as a mailman is, but
Yeah?
yeah, I'm pretty darn excited. This has been a fun project.
Between you and the neighbors, I don't know. The neighbors and the mailman are going to be really happy we get this
We're
done.
going from zero to hero, Doug. We're going to.
All right, well, let's get started on getting everything unloaded and get this project underway. So we're going to go ahead and stand this post up and get a rough idea of where it needs to be on which angle. And because that this post is curved so much, we actually will not be digging a hole straight down. We're going to dig a hole on a little bit of an angle to accommodate how that bent post is. So we're going to stand this thing up and get a rough idea of where it will hang out and go from there.
Find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off. Find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it.
Brent's wife happened to walk out while we were out here doing this, and this is the very first she's seen this post. We've kind of been keeping it a secret from her, so she didn't really know what it was or what it looked like, but she knew kind of what we were doing. I guess maybe, Amy, tell us how upset you're going to be that this particular mailbox goes away.
Well, I'm kind of fond of it.
Yeah,
It's that rustic look.
yeah, rustic,
right?
beat up, broken, kind of
All the
like
neighbors are
kind of
jealous.
like your husband.
Right.
Kind of rustic,
Broken, beat up,
Yep,
old.
yep.
Yeah,
But
well,
we keep them around.
yeah, you guys keep it around, can't get rid of it. So we're gonna have Brent and Amy lift this thing for the first time and try and set it in a hole and see how much more we need to go with it. Well, you're gonna need a little bit of a hand because you're a little cattywampus off balance. All right, you got it
It's
there?
heavier than I thought.
Oh, it's...
Well, we want the snowplows to know when they hit it. And then help her tip that up. There you go. Gonna have to come forward quite a bit more.
It's got to go this way.
It's got to come uphill, so we'll shave the front edge of this off to get it to lean uphill some more, and we got to go a little bit deeper with it. So we kind of asked Amy to see if she would get involved in this a little bit and put a little sweat equity into it, and she picked up that spud bar and said, "What?
Oh my God, this is heavy. Everything's heavy.
It's the only way it can bust up the dirt."
I'm not going to be much help.
You wonder why I haven't gone to the gym lately,
This is it.
because of doing this kind of work.
Am I making a difference?
You are.
Your turn? Did you feel this?
I did.
At that, and see
Amy.
what you think.
Me?
Yeah. You good?
Looks good to me.
What's that?
Looks good to me.
Okay, so she pulls up to check the mailbox.
Yeah.
I honestly think that your height there is
Perfect.
just about right now, because it's literally
Right,
darn near parallel or exactly level with the door of your car.
Yeah. I'm a little short.
You're what?
a little short.
Okay. So we'll get that thing set in there with some stakes and some straps to hold it up while we pour this special foamy cement in it.
Yeah.
The storm is coming, but I'm prepared. I'll be gone for a while, but don't be scared. Right now, I don't know if I'll ever arrive where the grass is green, we're still alive. I hope I'll see you on the other side. I know that I'll be paying for the ride into the black hole. Sing for my soul.
All right, so we got Amy here and she's ready to put the finishing touches on her mailbox. We've got it in. We still have the straps on it just to hold it there for a little while longer. But Amy, are you excited about getting your mailbox and everything back to
Working order?
Working order,
Yes.
and back up to the cul-de-sac standards?
Yes, very
All
happy.
right, well, let's go out and throw it on there then.
There we go.
I think you're just about got it perfect. All right, well, why don't you go ahead and open it real quick and see. I mean, we still got to screw it to it, but
Yes, love it.
all right, well, we are just about wrapped up with one of the more unique mailbox posts that are around. And I know with Brent's help, Brent, why don't you step in here too real quick. Brent's help with, actually earlier in the video you saw him hand hewing the posts, and it's kind of turned into a full circle project now. So we'll get back to the wrap up on this shortly. And I think Brent's been wanting to do something for quite a while here. So Brent, go ahead and get rid of the old one. There we go. It's gone, and here's the new one. It's a little more unique, got a little more character, and it's all ready to go. Just wanted to ask Brent and Amy what their thoughts were. I know, Brent, you put a lot of sweat and tears into this thing, and what did you learn through the process of doing all this, and what did you think?
Oh, I just think it's amazing. You know, this, like I said, we talked in the beginning, this is just not something you're going to find at Home Depot. I really get an appreciation of all the work and effort that goes into making something like this. So kudos to those guys that do it for a living, and couldn't be more happy with the project.
And Amy, what did you think when you first saw it, and were you kind of wondering, geez, boy, what's that going to look like, or how's that going to be?
I couldn't picture what you were talking about, but it's awesome. It's unique.
So-
Nobody has one like this.
Nope.
Nobody's going to complain about this one.
Not getting thrown out, Doug.
Good, good. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up, and we'll call it quits for that. We've got the mailbox all finished up, and the post and everything else. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video, and we'll see you on the next one.